AITA for allowing my wife to pick my son's names and not letting my family call him a westernized nickname. We live in England. Wife is South Asian and I am white British, late 20s F and M. We have young boy twins, just under 2 years old. Names are important, and we don't mind who sees this, so we're using exact first names, but not surname. I had no name preferences, am uninventive, and have a boring British name myself. Think John James Jacob Smith. Not really, but basically. With our kids, they both have my surname, Smith, and from day one I said, I wanted her pick on first names, and she chose Lovely, names from her culture that I fell in love with. So our boys are Ramin Navroz Smith and Rustam Parvez Smith, which means joyous new year and victorious hero in its Parsi origins. We like that they were similar-ish without being the same. The boys will live in the UK, so obviously we have no problem with either shortening their name or going by a nickname at school as long as it's their choice. Plus, it's not likely they'll do it for racialized reasons. We live in very diverse London. Problem: boys are not identical, and like many mixed-race siblings, they look a bit different. They have similar features, but Ramin has dark hair and eyes like his mom, and Rustam has light hair and eyes like me. They're both ethnically ambiguous and very young. If you're thinking in terms of white passing, you would say Rustam will find it easier to pass, while Ramin a bit harder. We don't micromanage our toddlers' racial traits, so haven't given much thought to it. Unfortunately, my family, except my parents, seem to have given this too much thought. SIL started it by repeatedly commenting that Ramin looked like a Ramin but Rustam didn't look like a Rustam, and we were just. But let it go. Then she and my brother start calling him Russell as a nickname. Get extended. Fam to do it to the point he starts answering to it, and people use the nickname in captions or texts. We said no multiple times. We put our foot down and said only my parents could see either boy till they knock the Russell shit off. Cue flood of tears from SIL and blame from others, telling us it was just well-meaning nicknaming, that her 3-year-old daughter came up W it, and that we're oversensitive. I feel we're going insane as other than my parents. Everyone seems on their side and saying we're draconian. We don't care if the boys want a nickname at any point but their babies. And I just can't buy it has nothing to do with race when they're doing it to the blonde kid and not the darker one. I also can't buy that their child gave the name because of the above, plus what 3-year-old comes up with. Russell? Our line equals we do not want this weird difference to exist between the boys before they even comprehend race. We think it's damaging long-term to give one boy a white name just because he's blonde, especially as the two do actually look different. But maybe we are too close to it. AITA.